Beat the Odds NFL Gambling Show. It is week 5. Michael Merlo, Beau Dragon here with you, getting you set for all of your week 5 picks. We will go through our expert picks. We will listen to what you have to say, our punter profit. We'll play the 2-minute drill, Sunday night football parlay, Thursday night football picks. Really excited for this, Beau. Big time episode. I have to get back in the win column. I looked myself in the mirror this week and said, you know what? It's unacceptable. Unacceptable what I've been doing. And I'm just getting over a little cold, feeling better, and I am going to have a great week this week.
That's why we're here for week 5, to have a great week. It's October, Mike. We have October football now, and we have October baseball. Not for the Mets, but we don't have to talk about that. We don't have to get you riled
Thanks,
up.
Beau. Thank you.
We got 3 awesome game 3s tonight, and we got a great slate of football ahead of us this weekend. I'm excited. It's October. This is the prime time for football.
It is the prime time for all sports. Thursday night football game tonight, the 49ers and the Rams. We'll get to that in a little bit. We'll make a pick. Let's start, though, with our expert picks. Beau, you're in the lead, so you could either kick it off or return it and go first. It's up to you.
I'm returning it this week. I'm going to take the first pick. I kicked it off last week. I deferred. I'm taking it. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. My 1-point pick, Giants at Saints, plus 1.5. And the crazy part is they started as the underdog. They started as minus 1.5. I even saw minus 2.5 in there. They swung all the way to plus. They're getting points now instead of giving points. The only part of this Giants team that is so good is their defensive line, and they can absolutely disrupt this game with their defensive line, right? So we saw it last week against the Chargers. Their O-line is getting better. Andrew Thomas is locked down left tackle for Jackson Dart. I like them getting plus points in New Orleans. I think this is one of the easiest picks of the week. I didn't put it as my 3-point pick because I have a couple better ones. Can you believe that? But Cam Scadaboo's a beast. I think he's the highest rated running back right now out of all qualified running backs, which is insane. The Giants defensive line, beast. Absolute game disruptor. And that's what's going to happen against the Saints in New Orleans. And the Giants are going to win this game. They're not even going to have to cover that 1.5. They're going to win this game.
You're very lucky you didn't make this your 3-point pick. That's all I'm going to say. This is a bad spot for the Giants. It's a bad spot for the Giants. It was almost on my board as my 2-point pick. I went with something else because I didn't feel like betting against my Giants this week. But I don't like the Giants this week. That's all I'll say, and I'll leave it there. My 1-point pick, I am going back to a team that broke my heart last week. Yes, the Minnesota Vikings, minus 3.5. They are now in London, staying across in Europe. They are playing the Browns. The Browns are starting Dylan Gabriel. Dylan Gabriel making his first start. Brian Flores is going to have a field day with this. The Vikings, they played in Dublin last week against the Steelers. They'll face the Browns in London this week. It's the 3rd time a team will play consecutive games overseas, with the Jaguars doing so in 2023 and 2024. In the Jags' second game in that spot overseas, they went 2-0 straight up and against the spread, and they dominated the game, leading through halftime, leading through 3 quarters, and outscoring their opponents in the second half of those games both times. This is a good spot for the Vikings. We know about the record of favorites overseas, especially in London. I will take the Vikings minus 3.5 over the Browns.
I like that pick, Mike. It was a little bit of an untouchable one for me just because of Dylan Gabriel starting.
Yeah.
And we saw that Vikings defense last week, but they're there for a whole week because they were there last week. I like that pick. That's a good one. Okay. My 2-point pick might come as a surprise to a lot of people. I got the Broncos getting 4.5 points at the Eagles at Lincoln Financial Field. Now, this game is going to be won in the trenches. The Broncos have the most sacks on defense and the least amount of sacks given up on offense. That wins the trenches right there. The Eagles are 26th and 17th in those respective categories. So if they can win the trenches, I think this will be a very close game. And I saw 3.5. I saw 2.5. 4.5 on FanDuel. That's amazing. So I'm getting the 4.5 points for the Broncos. This offense has evolved. Bo Nix has looked closer to what he looked like last year, which is really good news for them. And I'd compare them to the Rams, who awesome O-line, awesome D-line. And they had a really close game against the Eagles that lost the spread because they would have covered if Jordan Davis didn't score a touchdown when he blocked that field goal to end the game. So I'm taking the Broncos plus 4.5. And I think the Eagles can easily win this game on a field goal. So I think that like Eagles can still win this. You know, they're one of the best teams, if not the best team. But the Broncos can cover the 4.5.
Yeah, I thought about putting this in. I didn't have the balls to do it. I'm not going to lie. So I give you credit. I did not have the balls to put the Broncos in, but I give you credit for doing so because I do like this matchup for them. And the Broncos have played better of late. Beau, my 2-point pick. We're going to take the Seattle Seahawks -3 at home against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Very banged up Bucs team. No Bucky Irving. We know Mike Evans is out. We know their offensive line has some injuries. And they're going out west to play a solid Seattle team. In Sam Darnold's career as a starting quarterback, he is 19-15-2 against the spread after a straight-up win. And he's 14-8-1 since leaving Carolina against the spread. That's the 6th best mark in the NFL. Seattle's got good weapons. Jackson Smith-Njigba is a great player. Good running game, good defense against a banged-up Bucs team in Seattle. I'm going to take the Hawks -3. They'll win this game by 4 or more.
Mike, I have the exact same 3-point pick.
Wow.
I have the exact same 3-point pick.
2-point pick.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, what'd you say?
That's my 2-point pick.
Oh, your 2-point pick.
That's my 2-point pick.
Well, that's my 3-point pick.
Wow.
Okay. And here's the thing. I would change it because I have a backup one, but I don't love it enough to be
No, don't change it. Don't change it.
Okay. I'm going to keep it because, and this is hopefully good news for both of us, I'm still 4-0 on my 3-point picks.
Okay. Yeah. That's nice.
So I haven't lost a 3-point pick yet.
This
and
is
I'm not
probably going to come back to bite us in the ass because I like it.
But I did have the Seahawks last week. I had the Seahawks last week, -1.5 in Arizona as my 3-point. That was Thursday Night Football. That hit immediately. So I'm just going to back up what you said pretty much because you covered a lot of it.
Yeah.
My 3-point pick is the Seahawks -3. That's Mike's 2-point pick. But the reason is, one of the reasons is because the Bucs are so banged up defensively and offensively. No Mike Evans still obviously no Bucky. And Bucky was the leading receiver last game. He had like 1 more yard than Emeka Egbuka, who's been awesome. But this Seahawks defense, one of the best in the league. We've seen it all year round. We knew it coming into the season, but they've performed how they've been supposed to be performing. This Seattle defensive line is amazing, but their secondary is just worlds better. And with no Bucky Irving, Rachaad White's their running back right now. So I don't have much faith in him. Is Tristan Wirfs playing? I don't even know. He played last game, but he's been hurt all week, limited in practice. I like the Seahawks giving 3 points. I think it could even be a little bit more if they really wanted to. And I will add, most of the money is on Tampa Bay in this matchup. And if the money's on one team like that, and I already like another team, that's fine. Give me Seattle -3.
So you just gave your 3 points. So I'm going to give my 3-point, and then you're going to give your 2-point. Correct? That's how we're going to do this. That's how we're going to follow this.
No, I gave all 3 of my picks because I went first.
Oh, right. Okay. I'm losing it. All right. So my 3-point pick. This is going to be really sketchy. Really sketchy. I'm going to take the Raiders +6.5.
Whoa.
Now, I looked at this. This is against the Colts in Indianapolis. And I looked at this and I immediately went, I was sitting around with a couple of friends, like, I like the Colts. The Raiders are terrible. Their offensive line is terrible. Geno Smith is terrible. I want to take the Colts -6.5 at home. My friend looked at me and goes, I did the same thing, but do a deep dive on it. Look at it. And 5 minutes later, I said, okay, I'm going to take the Raiders. It's just one of those games where you flip. It's one of those games where you just know this is the right side. This heavy inflation on Indy. I mean, it's 6.5. I mean, this line opened up prior to the year starting at 1.5. Okay, now I understand Indy's been playing really well and Daniel Jones looks great, but 6.5, that's a lot of points for a team that is just out of the gates playing really well. Since 2020, the week after a team loses its first game against the spread, they are 69, 84, and 7 against the spread. That's 45%. They cover 43% of the time the next game over the last decade. And in a team's fifth game or later, these teams coming off being undefeated, they are 24 and 44 against the spread since 2012. So we're talking about an Indy team that lost their first game against the spread. These stats all line up. I will take the Raiders, who have been bad, plus 6.5, maybe a backdoor cover here for them if needed in Indianapolis. That's the 3-point pick.
I want to side with you, Mike, but like that's just a little too crazy for me. As your 3-point pick too. I mean, you got big balls, buddy.
It's disgusting.
That's disgusting. But maybe that's why it'll work. Maybe everybody's on Indy for the 6.5, and you get that from the Raiders. Maybe. I'm not gonna knock it because the sportsbook win everything, especially this year. So yeah, Raiders plus 6.5. Why not? Let's do it.
Who was your 2-point pick?
I had the Broncos at the Eagles.
Right.
And then my 1 point was Giants at Saints.
Giants.
Yeah.
All right. Those are our expert picks. Go check those out. We'll post those somewhere and throughout the weekend on our social media pages, giving you our explanations. And I'm pumped because I'm going 3-0. That means you're going at least 1-2.
Yes.
With your 3-point pick winning. Awesome. All right, time for Punt or Profit. A couple of posts here on our Instagram page. Please, every Tuesday or Wednesday, this will be posted. Go on here, send us what you like, whether you're joking around or not. We will feature you. Throw it on the comment section. We will put this up. Jeremy writes, he likes the Saints money line, Bucks plus 3.5, Chargers minus 3, and the Jets money line. John Downs 4 also likes the Jets money line. And Kevin Bunk says the Cowboys team total over 90.5. So there's a lot there, and I read them all because they all involve the Jets at some point. And I have to read this stat because I couldn't get over this stat. I will be attending the Jets-Cowboys game this week. Ooh. I will be in the building for Jets-Cowboys at MetLife Stadium. Okay? And I really wanted to take the Jets. I have a feeling the Jets are going to win. I just like the Jets. And then I said, all right, well, I have this feeling. Let's back it up. And I couldn't back it up. There was nothing I could do to back this up. And there was one stat that I said I have to read out loud today. Justin Fields has made 47 starts in his NFL career. He is 14 and 33 straight up in those starts. When his opponent scores more than 20 points, Fields is 0 and 25 straight up. He has never won a game in which the opponent has scored 20 or more. Is that not incredible? Is that not an incredible stat? So I'm sitting here saying the Jets defense is awful. The Cowboys have been scoring points at will. It's got to be the Cowboys.
That's exactly when it's the Jets. That timing is exactly when it's the Jets. And usually everything doesn't go in the Jets' favor. So I could see why this would just keep going. But if that stat is being popularized and publicized and spread, maybe that's the only reason you take the Jets this week. If I didn't know that stat, that's completely awful. And we knew Justin Fields coming into the season was going to be an awful passer. He's been pretty good. He's been a pretty good passer so far. When he's been healthy, of course. I still love the Cowboys in this game. I can't see the Cowboys losing this game. 2.5 is pretty low. I would like to take the Cowboys minus 2.5. If we go to the Saints game, yeah, I could see Saints money line for sure. I'm not sold on the Giants yet. I just like their spread, and I think they can win. I think it's a good, valuable bet to take. If we go to the Chargers game, they're at home against the Commanders, which I guess Jaden Daniels is playing. No Terry McLaurin, right?
Yeah.
But Jaden Daniels is playing.
Jaden Daniels is back.
That's big for him. And if the Commanders defense can pull through against this Chargers team that the Giants did last game, this is a get right game for the Chargers. So 2.5 is not the biggest. He took Chargers minus 2.5, right? It wasn't the Commanders.
Oh.
Was it Jeremy who did it?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I could side with Chargers minus 2.5. I'll profit off that. And then the other one was
The Bucks, which we're against.
Oh, we're both against the Bucks.
We're both against the Bucks plus the 3. We like.
But I think he said 3.5. So if he got 3.5, that's a little bit different, just because every single game that the Bucks have played or have won, they've been decided by 3 points or less. So maybe it's very possible they get 3.5 points and they cover just by half a point.
Well, I'm in. I like him minus 3.5 too. I think the line's going to go to 3.5. I'll still bet it at 3.5. If it's at 3.5, I'll take the Seahawks.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, my 3-point pick is Seahawks minus 3, so I can't really argue with that. If it's 3.5, yeah, I guess I'll do 3.5 too. I like him that much, but it is scary going against the Bucks team that wins
close in every game
in 3-point games. Yeah, it's scary.
It is. You're 100% right. All right, Beau. Time to play the 2-minute drill. We are going to get set here. We're going to try our best to win. Are we going to do 2 or 3 legs for this?
Each?
Like total. Yeah, each. Are we going to do how many legs is this going to be? 3?
Oh, like a 3 or 4, you're saying?
Yeah.
I think we need 4 just to get to the specific odds.
Okay.
Let's keep it 4.
All righty. I'm going to pull up a wheel. We are going to spin this wheel. And then we are going to get the odds for the 2-minute drill.
And again, I will say we're using FanDuel for every spread, every odd, everything. It's all FanDuel.
No free ads, though. No free ads for FanDuel. What is that number? 66. Okay. There we go.
Okay.
Are we ready to go?
I think we're ready to start this timer.
660 plus 660 or higher for our parlay. You got the timer?
I got the timer.
Timer ready. We go.
We go. Okay. I'm going to start us off.
Yep.
Because I think this Lions team is super hot. And I had this pick in my head all week. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 70-plus receiving yards. He's been a beast. There is no way he's not getting 70. I think he's got it in 3 straight games. So this is pretty much a lock. And Amon-Ra St. Brown will carry us to the promised land. I'm just trying to see the odds on that, if they're even up yet, which they might not be.
They're not.
Great. Awesome.
So we won't have a final odds on this, but Amon-Ra
against the Bengals.
Yeah.
And we all know how terrible the Bengals have been, specifically on defense, too. So I think that's a good pick. I'm
going to go Jake Ferguson 40-plus against the Jets.
Ooh,
that is like minus 160.
Okay, we just about a minute left, so we're right on pace.
A minute left.
Ferguson, I like that. Amon-Ra. I haven't bet on the Lions that much this year, and last year they were my most bet on team. So we're getting it going, finally. I'm going to go Jonathan Taylor against the Raiders.
Yep.
You just said you're taking the Raiders.
Yep.
I still think JT can have an awesome game, and they can lose. Who knows? Go with you. But Jonathan Taylor will go 90-plus. No, we'll do 100-plus rushing and receiving. We don't have lines yet.
Yeah.
But I think he's also done that, or he's averaged that in like a ton straight games, like over 10 straight games. So rushing and receiving yards, 100-plus for Jonathan Taylor.
And my final one's going to be A.J. Brown, 60-plus yards. I think they finally get him going after the bad game in Tampa, following a good game against the Rams. I think they finally get him going. The parlay, A.J. Brown, 60-plus, Amon-Ra, 70-plus, Jake Ferguson, 40-plus, and Jonathan Taylor, 100-plus rushing and receiving yards. We will put that out there with odds once we get them closer to Sunday. That is the 2-minute drill. We did it under 2 minutes. We are those guys. Beau, time for Sunday Night Football. We have a good one, a division matchup between the Patriots and the Bills in Buffalo. I like a side We're going to give out a couple of picks. I do like a side in this game, though. Drake May 2-0 in this matchup in his career, somehow, some way. But I do like a side in this one. But I'll give you the floor here. Do you like a side?
I do, and I'm sure we like the same side. I really think we do. I like the Pats plus 8.5.
Yeah, I like the Pats too, plus 8.5.
Good. Yeah. This Bills defense is pretty good. They have the number 1 pass defense, but they're 31st in rushing. We like Travion Henderson. We like Ramondre, even though he fumbles more than he scores, which is crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, the Pats covered 4 in a row against the Bills. That's pretty big, especially when Drake May is putting on heaters right now. He is looking amazing. He is using his scheme exactly how it should be used. He's not doing too much. He's not doing too little. He is that quarterback who's stepping up. I like the Pats in this game. I still think the Bills are going to win just because their offense is way too good. But the Pats plus 8.5 is very attractive to me.
Yeah, I'll probably take that. They were close to getting in the as a 1-point pick. I ended up not going with them just because I don't feel like sitting there betting against Josh Allen on Sunday night. But I'll probably do it on my own anyway. But let's get to our parlay. I have a couple of picks here that I really like, and I will start us off with both of them. I'll take Dalton Kincaid 40+ and James Cook 90+ rushing and receiving yards for our Sunday night parlay. We are going to pick 3. That's how we're going to do this. We're going to pick 3. Beau's going to give his 2 right now, and we'll decide.
Right. And I just want to explain that real quick because last Sunday night we hit 4 picks. I think it was plus 260 or plus 250, something like that. So pretty short odds, but we won. It was only that short because we had like the same players twice. So what we're going to do in our Monday night, we hit 2. So we hit 2 parlays in a row, 2 primetime games in a row. Sunday night and Monday night, we hit our last 2 parlays. So we're 2 for our last 2. And our Monday night was a 3-legger. So this week and every week going forward, probably we're going to go 3 legs and hope for some money instead of heartbreak. I like those 2 picks a lot. Kincaid is awesome. He showed out. And Cook, obviously, we know Cook, especially as receiving back. My 2 picks, I got Drake May under on passing yards, which I think is around 225 right now, 224.5, 225. Yep. I like his under against this number 1 Bills pass defense, giving up the least passing yards per game. And I like the Stephon Diggs over, revenge game for Stephon Diggs against the Bills in Buffalo. And I just like his over. I'm going to put it at 60.
60+?
Yeah, I'm going to do 60+. I don't think if it's a little bit higher, maybe it's 63, 64, but I'll just do 60+, make it easy. Now, Mike, which ones, what do you not like? What do you not like in this? What's a little scary?
Only reason why I don't like May is because if they're down in this game, they're going to have to start throwing.
That's fair.
I like them to cover the spread, but they may be down 14, 17 points here late in this game, and they're going to have to be throwing the football. So that's why I would want to take May under 225 out.
Okay. You know what? I'm with you on that. I think the Bills have given up like just over 500 yards passing through 4 weeks, which is pretty crazy. But you're right. Okay. Drake May sliced up the field last week, and he looked awesome. Also, I forgot to add this before, but Josh Allen is 1 and Drake May is 2 on passing EPA this year. They're the number 1 and 2 quarterbacks, which is pretty crazy. So it should be a fun game to watch, slinging around the field. Yeah, let's take the Drake May under on passing yards out. So our parlay is
Diggs 60+, Kincaid 40+, James Cook rushing and receiving 90+.
I like that. And that has potential for some pretty good odds too. Hopefully in the over 300 range, or maybe over 400 range. I like that.
We'll send that out when we have it. When the props are out and we're able to get some odds on there, we will send that out. All right, Beau, before we get out of here, Thursday night football, we have a banged up 49ers team against a Rams team in LA. Excuse me. Beau, I mean, the spread is 7.5. You have Mac Jones starting at quarterback. I think if Mac Jones started against the Jaguars last week, I actually think that the 49ers would have had a better chance. And I'm not saying Mac is better than Brock, just saying I think it would have made more sense. But either way, The Niners are going to kill this team. The Niners are going to have a big week against a division rival. Sean McVay is the second best coach in the entire league. And this offense against a banged up defense and a banged up 49er offense, it's going to be tough for the 49ers to move the football. No Ricky Pearsall. Pretty sure Juwan Jennings isn't playing. It's going to be a tough night for the San Francisco 49ers. On the road, they'll travel well, but I will take the Rams -7.5 against Mac Jones and the San Francisco 49ers.
Okay, I like that pick. I'm with you on the Rams -7.5. The only reason I would have taken the Niners is because it might be a close game, right? Maybe this Niners defense pulls through. Maybe this Rams defense just runs the ball the whole time. Don't get too many possessions. Just run out the clock. Because the Niners still have Christian McCaffrey. He is the #1 receiver this year, which is crazy to think about in fantasy. I'm talking.
That's crazy.
It is, yeah. So they still have a receiver. And the Niners are the only team without a rushing touchdown, which is also crazy because they have Christian McCaffrey. So they've all been receiving touchdowns for him. I will say Niners have failed to cover 13 of their last 14 games against winning opponents. That's pretty huge. And 7.5 is a big number because of that reason. And also no Brock Purdy, no Juwan Jennings, no Ricky Pearsall. I don't know. The Niners also have the 5th worst red zone offense. It's like, Mac Jones helps that maybe. He's a perfect fit for Shanahan. But if he's got no receivers, like this game can't go anywhere. So I'll side with you on Rams -7. The only difference is that if it's going to be a close game, you have to go with the Niners. I don't know if it'll be a close game because I'm still taking the Rams -7. But obviously we know anything that can happen. I almost put this as my 1-point pick. So wow. I'm kind of happy I didn't because I keep going back and forth on this.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Beau, that is going to do it for week 5 here. Our NFL picks, Beat the Odds, an NFL gambling show with BTO Media. Thanks so much, Beau. We'll be back Monday to recap how the week went, how our Sunday went, and give you a Monday night football prediction. A good Monday night game this week, the Jags and the Chiefs. So we'll talk to you then to go over that game, give picks. I'm definitely going to have a pick in that game that I feel strong about. We will talk to you guys next week.